Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This week I am giving you a passionate love letter. Or at least I am presenting you with my passionate love letter to the sport of hockey. Behind me I have the words written, "Hockey is life," on the board. And to me, there's no better phrase that describes just how much I love this sport than this. Hockey is a way of life for a lot of people in this world. I don't think it's to the same degree as soccer is to the rest of the world. Obviously, hockey is a very, very different sport. As a matter of fact, some people will even call the version I'm going to describe today as ice hockey, because there is a difference between ice hockey and other forms of hockey, like roller hockey or floor hockey. There's also shinny hockey over the years, but it's just the hockey I'm referring to today is ice hockey, the NHL in particular, because I grew up in a family that had a long history of playing ice hockey. It was originally as just a recreational activity, but over the years, a lot of my family members, my mom, my dad, my big brother, and there were other people beyond just those three. They all played ice hockey, and at an early age, I would have to say around 5, I was watching a few NHL games on the TV, and I, of course, with my mom and my dad already being hockey players during that time period, plus the fact they had on hockey games all the time, I was like, can I try this? And and they're like, sure, why not? And it just, and from there, I had to do skating lessons, and I was dog shit at skating for a bit until eventually I wasn't dog shit anymore. But as I was learning to skate, I was also learning on recreational teams in my area. And let me just say this: in the southwest region of the United States, at least in my opinion, hockey is probably not that popular. But I would have to say that where it shines brightest is probably in northern states, like close to Canada, or even just New England states in general. I think in the Midwest, it just kind of depends on where you are. I would like to just say outright that the majority of Midwestern America it has a healthy following. Yeah, the sport itself has a healthy following in Midwest America. And I was born in Midwest America, and so as I got older over the years, slowly but surely, I have to say throughout the 2000s and during like the first half of the 2010s, over the course of my decade-long career in recreational ice hockey, I went all across Midwestern America. I went to Chicago for the most part. I went to Indianapolis on other occasions. I thought at one point we went up to Detroit, but maybe that really is just me making stuff up. But I just remember having to wake up very early in the morning. I would have McDonald's breakfast, and my dad would drive me like 4 or 5 hours to the host city, whether it was Chicago, Indianapolis, or Detroit. And we would stay in these hotels, and in my opinion, some of these hotels were really nice. Other times, it was just your stereotypical Midwestern, like Super 8 or Quality Inn or Days Inn, something that basically the only thing you needed was your bed, nothing more, nothing less. But it was just, for me, I couldn't really, I'm trying to really think of the words here, because the amount of fond memories I have as a kid, just, me participating in those tournaments, it turned out to be very fun. It was a very fun experience, and of course, when you grow older, you grow to appreciate more and more of those types of memories. And all while I was participating in my own hockey, with my own hockey team, and in I think like a very low amateur recreational league. I think everything was recreational. It wasn't really all that serious, but I remember that one time when I was staying in a hotel room, I just turned on the TV. The Stanley Cup playoffs were on. It was Sidney Crosby and the Penguins playing up against Pavel Datsyuk and the Detroit Red Wings. So it was a really late hockey event for me that year, because it had to have been somewhere in early June or late May, where hockey is usually, hockey season's done for a lot of people. But Yeah, we were in town. I think it was somewhere in Chicago, and I just will not stop every so often having those fond memories as a kid when I think of hockey, and how much it's impacted my life because I was raised in a hockey family. I played hockey. I've watched hockey. We have an NHL team in the city I live in. And for many years we had season tickets to that NHL team, and it was just everything about just hockey in general. Regarding my family, it just it all means so much to me that when you see other people like myself who have such a big passion for the sport, it's hard for me to really just put it into any other types of words outside of just hockey being life, because even though I haven't really played the sport in almost like 7 years, hockey really has been life for me. And I've never really lost the passion to stop watching hockey games or be interested in hockey things. I read articles about hockey, and nowadays I watch more hockey games, and every so often I get that nostalgia to go back on the ice for the first time since I retired, at least in 2015, maybe even early 2016. Because for me, it has been a bit of it's been a missing hole for me. Although, as I've gotten older and I've been turning more and more new pages in my life, it hasn't really become as prominent because I kind of have to get all that stuff sorted out before I'm willing to go back on the ice. But hockey is what really just keeps me going, especially in the NHL, where, as we've been seeing throughout these playoffs, things are absolutely chaotic. The NHL playoffs, when compared to especially like another league it competes with, like the NBA or the NFL, unlike every year where people usually go like, whatever team Tom Brady's on, he'll probably win the Super Bowl, or I don't know, maybe it's another dynasty, like whatever team LeBron's on, they're probably going to win the NBA Finals. With the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's basically like shaking a magic 8-ball. Every time you shake it, it gives you a different answer. And the only time that wasn't true was in 2016-17 when the Penguins went back-to-back on Stanley Cups. Yeah, everything about hockey for me, it means it's not necessarily that it means a lot. It's that it's always just been my most preferable sport ever. And when in regards to the NHL, superstars like Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Jaromir Jagr, others like Marc-Andre Fleury and Evgeny Malkin, and I know my mom loves Nicholas Backstrom as one of her favorites. It's just they all mean they're all incredible, and they are all representing different countries across the world. Sidney Crosby represents Canada, Alex Ovechkin represents Russia, Nicholas Backstrom represents Sweden. Other big high-profile names over the years, like Austin Matthews, represents the United States. More specifically, he represents Arizona. It's just, it's a massive, diverse population based on nationalities as to who represents who in this game that Canada gave to the world. And I thank the country of Canada for giving the world this beautiful game, because it really can be something to behold, especially during playoff time. I feel like I've rambled on way too much, so I'm just going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next Saturday.